Across the European Union, the conversation about abortion remains a diverse, complex and often controversial one. With laws that vary significantly from one member state to another, the fundamental right to safe and legal abortion remains a topic of ongoing debate. In Malta, it's still illegal for a woman to access safe abortion unless her life is deemed to be at risk by 3 different health professionals. And this can only be changed by local politicians, as it's a national rather than European decision to be made. On today's episode, we're set to explore what these differences mean for us in Malta, and how our engagement in the democratic process can help influence the future for women's rights and healthcare on a European level. But first, let's see what Malta's youths have to say about it.
Do you agree that Maltese women deserve safe and legal access to abortion?
Abortions happen no matter what we do, so this is about them being safe.
Yes, 100%.
Your body, your choice.
100%.
Eva.
Yes.
Leta.
No.
Needs to be openly discussed and educated on well.
ما naqbilx ħafna miegħu, kol ma taf għandi waħda jiena ġifieri ommi faċilment setet qalet jiena ma rridx il-tifel u ma bqajx hawnhekk.
Ma tistax tgħid my body my choice għax it is not your body and it is not your choice.
I mean, jekk jiena ma rridix ħaġa personali, għala ma nagħtix il-libertà l ħadd ieħor li jkollu.
We're here at the European Parliament in Brussels to find out what is being done at this level to ensure a woman's right to autonomy over her own body.
This is, of course, a very difficult topics and political developments, not just in Europe, around the world, are running as we speak. You may have seen the news, the recent the constitutional change in France. Inversely, the developments in the USA, the situation is a bit complicated. Parliament has been pushing for safe reproductive rights for everyone for a while. In fact, there was a resolution in 2021 tackling the issue of the de facto abortion ban in Poland. MEPs very clearly articulated that this is a literal threat to the life of women in the country and it needs to be addressed. The session where all MEPs and European decision makers go to Strasbourg to discuss the future of the Union, effectively. Now, of course, this is just the beginning of a process, the beginning of the debate, but, like I've said multiple times already, the work continues. Of course, Parliament is continuously fighting for the rights of women across the EU, the way Parliament sees it, the way Parliament establishes its political view, political stance on this kind of topic. We have to remember that Union competence only extends to European values, that includes fundamental rights and the rights of women, but health is actually a member state competence for the time being. Of course, elections are coming. Of course, we had Parliament's call for the revision of the treaties to update, I guess, the cornerstone documents of the Union to make it more fit for purpose and prepared for the future. This process is kind of underway. We're expecting the member states, the leaders of the member states, to decide whether to call a convention for the revision of the treaties or not. Specialists and politicians and academics will come together to draft the new treaties. And that's a topic that could be discussed in this context. But for now, this is where we are. It's a member state competence with EU oversight on the fundamental rights side. Well, you may have heard this line before, but Parliament's slogan for this election campaign is vote or others will decide for you. There is no better way to summarize this, especially when we're talking about women's rights, when we're talking about issues like abortion or other fundamental rights issues. People, young people especially, should go and vote because this is their future we're talking about. These are their rights we're talking about. In the European Parliament, MEPs are decision makers jointly with the representatives of the member states in the legislative procedure of the Union, but the MEPs are decision makers for all of us. And with their vote, they decide who represents them at this level. It's a very, very simple message. If you don't vote, then you don't get to choose.